All right, today is the June 27th Ortelius General Community Meeting, and I'm looking awfully bright. The sun is shining really bright. Let me see if I can tone it down. Whoa, that makes it worse. Oh, well, you just have to, everybody just deal with my whiteness. Oh, because I am
Okay, I'm ready.
Exactly. It's like, oh my goodness, am I bright today? We don't have a whole lot to cover, as we all, those of you who have been on these calls before, we're going to try to do some slowing down through the summer months, July and August. We try to give everybody a little bit of break from meetings. So we should we'll be only having one meeting in July, and I don't think we have any scheduled for August. So this will be our last one for a month, and then August we'll have completely off. Steve, could you bring up the minutes, please? I can find them. Okay, let me look for them quickly. Sorry, before this meeting, I have the CDEvents meeting, so I'll tell you this general meeting minutes. So we have the only thing that we have to report from the outreach perspective is we did do an online meetup. We have now a Ortelius online meetup channel. I am growing it by including it with any CDF online meetup that I do, so we have some activity in there. If you haven't joined it, please go and look for the Ortelius Meetup group and join that group. We had the Cube Shop did a presentation on TestCube, which is an open source project for what Sasha would call testing in a box. I thought about Sasha when they were doing that presentation, but they've incorporated a few of their favorite testing tools so that you can basically have a containerized testing environment. And that's minimizing what they do, but it's the best way I could describe it in a short period of time. So go out, check out that online meetup if you haven't done so. It is in the CDF online meetup playlist, and I need to add it to the Ortelius online meetup playlist, and I'll do that when we get done. We have had some architecture calls. We had our first TOC meeting, or TOC board meeting. We have some really heavy players in there. We have the CTO of Sonatype, Brian Fox, who's going to give us some amazing input, I believe, over the course of time. We also have Vincent Dannon, who's the VP at Red Hat for product security. We have Andy Gardner, who could not attend. He was feeling ill that day, and then he couldn't get on for some reason. But he's from the Kepton team. He works at Dynatrace. We have Garima Bajpai, who helped us initially build out our amazing rewards program or recognition program, as well as the governing, the outline of our governing boards. We have Steve, and we have, who am I missing? Steve, do you know who I'm missing? I guess he doesn't. Tony, do you know who I'm missing? I know I'm missing somebody.
It's not coming to me at this instant.
Well, anyways, we had our first meeting. We had a really nice chat. Anybody from the governing board is invited to attend that. So we had about 12 people on the call, and it went quite well. In that discussion, we talked a little bit about what the roadmap might look like and what the TOC will be responsible for, mainly responsible for helping us with keeping the roadmap in check. And we did reach out to the, there's a team called, there's a product called Guac. I know it's GUAC, and it is a graph for Salsa, which is a build standard. Let's just put it that way. And I have reached out to them and talked to them about the potential of helping Ortelius build out testing events. So that may be a discussion we're going to be having in the fall. The OpenSSF is looking at building a tool chain or a tool belt. I'm pushing them to consider using CDEvents. So as part of that leadership, it seems logical that maybe a few of us from the open source community who are into security sit down and help build out some of the use cases for that. So that's where we are. Steve, do you have anything to add to that discussion?
No.
He's right here now.
My laptop crashed.
Sorry, everybody. Steve's laptop crashed, so he's going to join me, which means, hang on just a second.
Well, while you're doing that, I was at the discussion and I thought it was actually very good. And very encouraging.
Don't worry about the.
I'm just gonna go over here. Speakers. Okay, can you guys still hear me? Okay,
Yep.
all right. Okay, so you should be, now you should have both Steve and I on this call because apparently his laptop crashed. Oh, we look so odd sitting next to each other.
Yeah.
I'm not used to seeing that. So Steve, do you want to make any comments about what we talked about with WAC and what a direction around that?
One of the interesting things on Glock is they're looking at using ArangoDB to store the SBOM data. So there is some overlap there, and we'll be able to. We initially started talking to them about how we're going to use the long-term storage with either the IPFS or the OCI registry. So those are started. The main thing that Glock is focused on is being able to recurse through the dependencies that are found in SBOMs and give you that overall dependency graph. So they're really into the graphing part of the SBOM data. So they are, one of the nice things is they're worried about some of the data that's in the SBOMs, such as the plurals, if they're clean, if you're actually getting the right package that was actually used in the SBOM. So all that is going to be worked on by the Glock team. So it's one less thing we have to chase down, which is nice.
So that's pretty much where we are on that. Other than that, again, we're trying to slow us down a little bit. Instead of going 70, we're going to try to go to about 20 miles an hour over the summer. But on that note, let me introduce some new folks here. Dave, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. I'm Dave Edelhart. I'm a front-end developer in San Francisco. Been working in software for over 20 years. I'm going to be working on the interface JavaScript elements of the application. And I did actually want to, since as long as we're all here, if there are particular tickets that are better done first before the other ones, it would be good to know, because it's all, it's all just, aligned to me. I have no idea exactly what the best place to start would be.
Yeah, and as on my to-do list, I'm gonna try to get through is to reprioritize the issues and make sure that that they have the bounties assigned to them, and then also that they have enough detail in there to get a conversation going in the issue about what needs to be done.
Okay.
And I think, Dave, I have everything.
So,
I think I've added you to the GitHub repo, so you have permissions on all that stuff.
yeah.
So I think we're good on that front. I just gotta get my head into it and get the issues assigned to folks.
All right then.
So just so everybody knows, I reached out. I've been looking for front-end developers because it's an area that we all tend not to focus on. And I ran across Dave's resume on LinkedIn and reached out to him to see if he would be interested in helping us out. So that's how we found Dave. And Emma Taylor. Emma, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? The last name does make sense. This is Steve's niece who just graduated. So Emma, give us an overview of what you're up to.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I just graduated from the University of Iowa with a double major in engineering, computer science and engineering, and electrical engineering. A lot of what I've done through my years is full stack development, focusing on Java app development for Androids and firmware development. So I'm really interested to see where I kind of fit into this project and what I can learn from here.
All the grunt work.
Yes.
All the
Happily.
grunt work and the hard code.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome, Emma. Welcome, Dave.
Does anybody else have anything that we did not cover today that, again, we're trying to keep these summer meetings a bit short? Oh, Kat, you want to give us an update on Emporus?
I owe you a lot. So the repo is in your organization. I am now on day 2 of new job and day 7 of living in new house. So in the near future, I should actually have usable cycles to donate. I'm sorry for making you wait.
No problem. That's what summers are for.
Yes, that's why I was trying to slow down. Everybody's kind of doing new stuff or just taking time off.
Sounds good.
Do you know when the next AppSig working group meeting is? The app delivery one over in the CNCF? Off the top.
I wouldn't.
You don't know, don't worry. I'll hunt it down. And then if anybody's interested, the tool belt, the OpenSSF tool belt is going to be in 15 minutes.
Yeah, so that's an interest to any of you, understanding what the OpenSSF is trying to do around basically creating automating security actions, which Tracy keeps nagging them about doing it through CDEvents. And I'm going to keep hammering them on that. That is happening in 10 minutes. Did we forget anything? Arvin, do you have an update? Anything that you need to chat about?
Making the decisions. My exam finished on 24. I am now, so I will start reading book. Also, Sasa to join me.
Arvin, you're breaking up pretty bad.
What was happening with me? It looks like Zoom's having a bad day.
My
Here, Arvin, if there are any edits that you need to do on any outreach that you might be working on this time, I'm going to quickly. If you could just update the doc, if there's anything there. And Arvin, Simon, yourself and I, we really do need to get together and talk about the work on Hootsuite. So we should probably make a note on that on this.
yeah, I will talk with him. I also have to update the doc about this stuff
Okay.
and open source bounties. I will do it today.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, thank you all for reaching out. And Dave, I look forward to getting on the call with you. I saw you scheduled a meeting to go over exactly the kind of the Ortelius platform. Emma, if you want to join that, I can add you to it. Okay. Thank you all.
So when's the next meeting?
Oh, the next meeting is.
Like in a month? Or further out?
Oh, let me look. I don't have it stored in my brain. Let's see. Today's the 27th. If we look at the end of July, the next meeting will be July the 25th.
One note, someone mentioned the Discord in the channel. Can we make sure I'm invited and authorized for that Discord chat? And is that the main artery for a live offline communication? Or
Yes, that's the main one for being able to
Q&A.
move across all the different time zones. So when you join the Discord channel, you get dropped into the welcome channel, and then right underneath that, you'll have another channel called Code of Conduct. And if you click on the Code of Conduct channel, there will be a little checkbox at the bottom that you click on. It says, I've accepted Code of Conduct. And when you do that, you'll get a bunch of another dozen channels that pop up. The main ones we use are General and Dev.
Okay. And what is the Discord channel?
It should have been emailed to you, but if you go to the Ortelius.io, become a contributor page, you'll see a bunch of links on there. Go to become a contributor.
Okay.
So Tracy's gonna share her screen. So right down there, join the Discord channel.
Underneath,
All right.
right underneath, become a contributor.
Super.
And then because we have a code of conduct on the Discord channel, you have to click on that one button, and then all the other channels pop up.
You know, Steve, I'm looking at it and don't find the code of conduct or the other channels.
Share your screen.
Yeah, I'll share your screen, Tony, if you don't mind.
Ready? Let me just do that. There we go.
Expand. So see where it says start here.
Yeah.
So go up to the start here.
Start here.
Yeah, right above welcome. Yeah,
There.
expanded. Now that's expanded.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, now click, see where it says 125?
Yep.
This says that you agree to the code of conduct, and now there's all the other channels. So
Excellent. Thank you.
yeah, it's one of those things that we had to do because the way the Linux Foundation really stresses clean code of conduct. We had to put that in place. So the channels that we typically, you'll see stuff posted on relevant to the project are going to be the general channel and the dev channel. We usually keep technical discussions in the dev channel just to keep the other ones kind of quieter. And then you'll see there's a share channel. On the share channel, that will be things where like Sasha will find like a new shell to try or a new editor plugin or something like that, and that will get dropped into that share channel. So those are like the main things that are out there. And then there's like the social channel. That one's used for us to drop links about tweets that we want reposted and stuff like that. So that's kind of the lay of the land there.
And Brian, you want to talk about Otter AI?
I need to drop it in the meeting notes for people to get to later on.
Oh, okay. Got it. We should, Brian, do you know if this is always the same channel for this? Because I could put that in the,
I don't know if it's always the same link
I'll
or
just
if
put
it
it like this.
changes.
Okay, sorry, I was actually getting into Discord while you talked. So what's the best channel for tech stuff?
Dev.
Dev. Makes sense. All right.
And that's the best place to post things because we're spread out across the whole world.
All right.
You know, if you're working at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's going to be morning time for Ukarsh or Arvin.
Okay. By the way, just because I already have a Discord ID, I go as Bingo Manatee on Discord and any other things. So that's me. All right,
All right, cool.
thank you.
Okay, talk to you guys in a month. Have a great July.
Thank you. Thanks for your
Thanks.
time.
Bye.
Bye bye.